guys, it's Maddie Simmer, and welcome to the first part of my brand new Sims 4 Strangerville mini-series. So, this is going to be a series that is probably going to be around 20 parts. You know, I don't know if it's going to be less or if it's going to be more, but that's just what I am guessing. Here we have a sim that I actually didn't make. I played a vampire family kind of like in my spare time, and she came from that family. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. So this is our sim that we're going to be playing with in this series, and her name is Morgan Valentine, and yeah, she is a vampire. So as you can see, she is drinking a plasma pack this morning for breakfast, and I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys like all of her traits and everything, all of that important stuff. Morgan here is evil. She gets that from her dad. She is self-assured, very confident. She's a goofball, and she is domestic. Morgan, actually, her aspiration is to have a vampire family, and she wants to create a family of vampires like the one she grew up in. So pretty much, I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit of Morgan's backstory here. So it all started with Bella Valentine here. She was a human sim, and she moved to Forgotten Hollow, and she met Vladis, and he turned her into a vampire. And then Bella met Caleb Vitor, and they got married, and I decided it was going to be the Valentine family of vampires, so I just went ahead and changed his last name to Caleb Valentine. So they got married, and something Bella always wanted was to start a vampire family, and she unfortunately could not have kids as a human sim, and she carried that with her into her vampire life, and so she couldn't have children, so she decided to just make some offspring that way. The first victim was actually Malcolm Landgrab, but okay, so he pretty much didn't like his home life, and so Bella took him in, and he changed his name to Reed Valentine. And the next victim was Sierra, and she was just a scout walking the streets, and Bella decided to turn her and bring her into her family. So there was Bella, Caleb with mother and father, and then Sierra and Reed were the two kids or the offspring. So they were just a family of 4 vampires living happily together. And then, as we know, Vladis lived in the huge mansion, the biggest mansion, and they wanted it for themselves. So Caleb, being the strongest vampire, I mean, he is a grandmaster, Caleb here dueled off with Vladis in order to win the mansion, and guess what? He won. So they moved in. Down in their basement, they started a dungeon where they would keep Sims to feed on, and they each had their own sim, and it was pretty cool actually. You know, they had like beds for the Sims, a kitchen, like a bathroom, like it was pretty official. And so they have that going for them. And one of the Sims that was down there, they had a couple of Sims down there they didn't even feed on. One of them was a girl named Zoe, and Reed actually fell in love with Zoe, a human that they fed on. They didn't feed on her that much, she was just down there. And you know, that's against the rules. They aren't supposed to fall in love with their food, but you know what, they did. And so Reed and Zoe fell in love. Secretly, Reed was doing this behind his parents' back and Sierra's back, because they would have been very mad. One time they decided to do the deed, and Zoe actually got pregnant. And so Reed decided to just tell his parents, and Bella and Caleb were actually very supportive. They were like, okay, we understand. So they actually took Zoe out and treated her like normal. And Sierra here did not like that at all. She was very jealous because she actually does have the jealous trait. She has a very hard time with relationships. Sierra hated Zoe. Zoe then gave birth here to Morgan, and Reed was a very mean vampire. As you can see, he is a snob and he is evil. And whenever Morgan was born, he definitely had a soft spot in his heart, and he had to change for her and also for Zoe because they got married. So Morgan was obviously a vampire, because her dad was, and so Zoe saw that both her husband and her daughter were vampires, and their whole family was. So Zoe went to Reed, asked him to change her, and he did, and now Zoe is also a vampire. And not to mention, a couple of times while Zoe was still a human, Sierra actually went behind Reed's back and fed on Zoe. She knew that if Reed found out, Reed would not ever forgive her. Reed and Sierra aren't actually like related, so Sierra actually kind of like had a crush on Reed, so that was another reason why she was very jealous of Zoe. Once Zoe became a vampire, Sierra still hated her. I think that even sparked more hate for Zoe, because she saw that like she got along with Bella and Caleb and everybody, and everything was going great for them, and so Sierra just finally decided to give up and just accept Zoe's apology, because they realize that they are family now, and Morgan is Sierra's niece and Zoe is her sister-in-law, so might as well just, drop all of the conflict. They get along now, everything is great. Zoe is her mom here, and Reed is her father, Sierra is her aunt, Bella is her grandma, and Caleb is her grandfather. So that is pretty much like her family and their whole story. And so Morgan, growing up, she didn't get her vampire qualities until she aged up into a teen, and that is when she was introduced to feeding and all of the things. She mostly learned everything from her grandfather, because they are very close. So Morgan knew that whenever she aged up into a young adult, that's when she would stop aging. While she was looking for places to move to, because she wanted to get out of Forgotten Hollow and move to a whole new town. So she found Strangerville, and she thought, I'm a vampire, so nothing can happen to me here. So she decided to move into Strangerville, and I'm about to give you guys a house tour right now. Okay, so this is our house. Yes, Morgan lives here by herself for now, but like I said, we're going to be starting a vampire family, and the Valentines they're very rich from illegal reasons. So here is our house, and let's go ahead and take a look on the inside. Okay, so you walk into the house and you have this part, we got some stairs, there's a little bathroom, and you can walk over here, and this is like the little living area, and then you can walk through this door, and then we have like an office back here, another bathroom, and this door right here leads downstairs to the basement, which we will go to in a minute. Or you could take a right and walk into the other family room kind of thing. I don't know what you want to call it. And then we have the kitchen here, which Zoe only uses pretty much to store her plasma packs in the fridge. So like I said, they used to feed on Sims down in their basement, but the Sims in the basement escaped and spread the word about vampires, and so the police came to their house and they compelled them to forget, so now nobody knows about vampires anymore. So they just decided to be safe, they would all drink plasma packs. That's what they all do now, and especially what Morgan does. I mean, we have a pretty big supply. Anyways, I think that's the whole, downstairs. Yeah. Alright, and if we go upstairs, we have, a bathroom, we have a lot of bedrooms in here. Yeah, it's not too exciting. That was like a quick little house tour, but that's pretty much all there is to show. So pretty much Morgan here, you know, being a vampire living here, she obviously has to keep a low cover, but it's also a big advantage because there is some weird people here in Strangerville. I've already started to play around a little bit, but the only thing I did was I went to the lab and we started to look around because Morgan wants to focus on Strangerville. Like, that's one of the big reasons why she came here. She wants to unlock the mysteries of Strangerville. She started to talk to military and people who actually live here, and she actually found a bizarre plant that was in our front yard. I don't know if it's still, actually it is still here. Great. Okay, so this is what it is, and she can basically like take pictures of it to investigate. And so we break into the lab, and you know what is so helpful about being a vampire is she can fly around as a bat, not get caught, and she's invisible to the camera. So there's cameras, they can't record her because they can't see her. Wow. Oh, she only goes at night too. It is 8:21 in the morning on Thursday, and it is actually very, very hot out. Vampires do not like summer and spring for a reason. They do not like the sun, so that is a thing. There is another family that moved in. They are the O'Connells. So there is Lindsay, Jax, and their son Jeremy. And Jeremy here is a bit of a butt wipe. And so pretty much they moved in and they saw that there's the Valentines here, you know, the biggest vampire family in Sims history. And they wanted to get to know them. So Lindsay went over, the mother, and introduced herself, you know, became friends, and Jax came over, and Jeremy, and, you know, before you knew it, they were vampire, you know, buddies. And they pretty much came up with this thing where they want Jeremy to marry Morgan. But the thing is, Morgan does not like Jeremy. She thinks he's a horrible vampire because he is. And plus, she doesn't want to be forced to marry someone that she barely knows and that she doesn't like. You know what I'm saying? So they might actually end up either being forced or they might end up liking each other. I don't know yet. But as of right now, I'm going to have her put this out because it is summer and I can't imagine how she's feeling. Or she might just find someone else. Like, I don't know what's going to happen yet. So I have been trying to get a key card from someone in the military so that we can get into, we're going to go to the lab later tonight and I'll show you guys down into the basement where I've actually been, thanks to the tab view, you know, I can sneak in there and look, and I did. And, okay, so it is like very undercover. So I think in the meantime, we should go over to the Valentine mansion and visit her family so you guys can kind of see what that's like. We have nothing else to do, so let's just go. So we are here at the Valentine mansion. It is so much more different compared to Morgan's house. She wanted something way more on the down low and more modern, I guess you could say. So here we have Sierra, Caleb, and Bella probably out here dancing like they always are. I'm gonna have Morgan come up here and talk to her grandma, you know, her old grandma Bella. She's gonna hug her, talk about the burning temperature. Alright, so we are now inside the Valentine mansion, and here is Bella's famous piano. She is such a good piano player. She should definitely learn the organ. Oh, you guys, they still have the little potty show from when Morgan was a toddler. That is so cute. And we're gonna go ahead and go downstairs and see the basement. See, they had like a dining table, they had a kitchen, all of these beds, and a bathroom. And oh my gosh, down here. Okay, so we have another organ because, you know, why not? And then we have, they usually had their like coffins here, but this is the ultimate coffin room. So they're like, you know, like across from their lovers. So we have Bella, Caleb, Zoe, Reed, and then Sierra is kind of by herself here, so she has this. Where in the heck is Zoe and Reed? The two people she wants to see, her parents, aren't even here, I don't think. I'm gonna have her come put out this fire. Okay, we need to turn off the music or else I'm probably gonna get copyright for no reason. Oh, I found Zoe. She is going to sleep. Zoe, wake up. I bet Reed is probably asleep in here. Oh, I found Reed. He's up here, on the very, like, top floor of their mansion, on the computer. So this is, Morgan's dad, you know, and then this is her grandpa, and that's her grandma. And they are so young because they are vampires, so that's kind of normal. I love Bella and her attitude. She's just amazing. Alright guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and end part 1 here. I hope that you enjoyed, and if you did, please give this video a big thumbs up, and subscribe and hit the bell if you have not already. I hope you guys are staying safe throughout this whole coronavirus situation. I know you probably hate hearing about it, but I hope you guys are all okay, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!